Welcome back to EduSkills. OET made easy. Our mission is to make you fall in love with OET. If you're watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing in the channel. Those who are watching now, please click the like button and share it to your contacts so that we reach out to maximum number of OET aspirants, especially those who are financially struggling to crack OET. Today, we are going to deal with Sample 2, Text 1. The title is Patient Safety. Thank you, OET, for allowing me to use this material for teaching purpose. And it's a rocking, simple text. Very, very tasty text, patient safety, what you are doing every day, you are facing every day, looking at every day. So that's what you know, they will be repeating in the text. Okay, OET reading part 3, key skills. Sample 2, text 1, patient safety. First step, you must mark the paragraph number 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're a beginner, this is your first business. As soon as you get the text, mark it. If you have a text, do it now. Mark it. Question number 9, because the previous question number 8, we have already dealt with in the previous session. So the video is uploaded in the YouTube channel, and the chief admin will post the links in the comment space here as well. 9th question, lexical question, very easy. You have to assess the question stem and answer options. And the clue is answering the subject of the previous sentence. First option, your answer most probably will just what comes before the highlighted word, or look for answer in the very next sentence. Everything you can immediately swoop into that particular point where there is the hedging word. Now let's see, this is a question stem, we call it, the first line. So by quoting Dixon Woods in the second paragraph, the writer shows that the professor, see second paragraph, immediately you have to go to the second paragraph. So what is the hedging word? Hedging word means key word, main word, important word or phrase in the question stem.
Dixon Woods' father, name?
Dixon Woods, okay.
Writer shows.
Yeah, writer shows that the professor means speaking about a professor, right? Now,
Yes,
coming to answer options. The professor understands why healthcare employees have to make certain choices. What is the key word?
Understand.
Doubts whether reward schemes are likely to put patients at risk.
Doubts, father.
Okay, yes.
And believes.
believes,
Feels.
feels,
and feels.
Yeah. And here, employees have to make certain decisions. Reward schemes are likely, another hedging word. Staff should be paid a bonus for achieving goals.
Honest.
People in question have made poor choices. Here, yes, you said certain choices. Make certain choices. This and similar incidents are, just read. This and similar incidents are what inspired Professor Dixon Woods of the University of Cambridge, UK. Now you see, you have to process of the University of UK to set out in all these are subject complements, which is not necessary. You can just ignore them. Okay, whether he works in Cambridge or UK or some other place, it's not relevant. To set out on a mission to improve patient safety. It is, she admits, going to be a challenge. Patient safety is going to be a challenge. Many different policies and approaches have been tried to date, but few with widespread success and often with unintended consequences. So, but few with widespread success means how many percent had success?
no,
But few
no
with
percent.
yeah, there was no success, 0% success. It was a failure, means few. If you put a few, that will be some percentage. Okay, financial incentives are widely used. Financial incentives are widely, in the option they are saying, believe staff should be paid a bonus for achieving goals. Widely used. Here, the option says, believe staff should be paid a bonus for achieving goals. But they are saying incentives, bonus are widely used, but recent evidence suggests that they have little effect. They have little effect means no effect at all.
No.
Negative.
No effect.
Little means no effect. A little means some. There's a danger that they tend to encourage effort substitution, explain Dixon Woods. In other words, people concentrate on the areas that are being incentivized, but neglect other areas. It's not even necessarily conscious neglect. people have only a limited amount of time, so it's inevitable they focus on areas that are measured and rewarded. So the only option connected with this is shows that the professor understands this professor, inspired Professor Dixon Woods. Okay, writer says Dixon Woods, the professor understands why healthcare employees have to make certain choice. Because now the professor is saying, the writer is saying it is not even necessarily conscious neglect. They neglect some areas which is not incentivized or rewarded. Then the writer is trying to justify the health professional, saying that it is not conscious or purposeful neglect. So they have time constraint, so they have to do more important things and which has some reward or recognition. Hope that is clear. Shall we go to the next?
Yes, Father.
Okay, text 10. Most welcome to EduSkills OET Made Easy. If you are watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing to the channel, give us a thumbs up if you like our work, and share to your contacts so that we reach out to maximum number of OET aspirants, especially those who are financially struggling to crack OET. As you know, EduSkills is a free platform. Okay, text 11. So shall we go to question number 11? What
Yes,
problem is
Father.
mentioned in the fourth paragraph? Again, you see fourth paragraph, you have to number the paragraph so that immediately you swoop into that particular paragraph, you don't get confused. Okay, what problem is mentioned? Means a problem is mentioned, right?
Problem.
You have to look for a
Problem.
Problem.
Yes. Failure to act promptly. Failure to act promptly. Outdated procedures. Procedure. Other one speaks about failure to act. Then third one, poor
Poor
communication.
Communication.
Then fourth one,
Lack of
consistency. Lack of consistency. Okay, these are the four things. Dixon Woods and her team spent time in hospitals to try to understand which systems are in place and how they are used. They have spent time, Dixon Woods and her team visited the hospitals, spent some hours there to understand. Purpose was to understand which systems are in place and how they are used. What are the systems being used by the health professionals in the hospital? Not only does she find differences in approaches between hospitals, different. She went to different hospitals. When these people are doing this way, the other people are doing in a different way. Not only does she find differences in approaches between hospitals, but also between units and even between shifts. Different units are using different systems. And in the morning shift, they used one system. Afternoon, they are using in a different system. Whole confusion. Standardization and harmonization are two of the most urgent issues we have to tackle. Imagine if you have to learn each new system wherever you go, or even whenever a new senior doctor is on the ward. This introduces massive risk. So did they say these health professionals are very slow in acting? They are doing all slow motions in the ward? First option?
No.
There is no slow motion. All the nurses and health staff are very prompt. No slow motions. They act promptly. Outdated procedures. Did they say procedures are new or outdated?
No.
No, not at all. They did not say anything. They said about different procedures. Poor communication. Did they say they don't communicate properly?
No.
Nothing is mentioned about communication. That's what I said. That's the beauty of OET. That's what makes OET more easier than many of other international exams, because maybe IELTS and TOEFL, you have 4 options and almost at least 3 of them or at least 2 of them looks very right. And you'll have to choose the correct one. Here, all 3 are like the previous question, are not given in the text. Only one is given, lack of consistency. Lack of consistency means they are not using the same system. They are using different system. There are one of the reasons why many of the people are not able to grade good scores, OET aspirants, because they have no consistency. Today they are at EduSkills, tomorrow they are in another institute, day after tomorrow they go to another institute, and they go after every mentor. That's what I suggest you. I don't tell you you should stay in EduSkills, but have one mentor, not more than that. Otherwise you will confuse. Mentors like me will confuse you. So don't go to many mentors. Any one mentor, fix consistency and practice consistently. There are some people who write an exam, then they don't study for 4 months. No consistency. Then they lose their competency. Again, they try sometimes, then they again write. Then they lose some module, subtest, then they stop practicing. So consistent practice is the key to success. Hope that is clear.
Yes, Father.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is clearly given here. Not only does she find differences in approaches between hospitals, but also between units and even between shifts. And that same problem is explained throughout the paragraph. We'll go to number 12. Most welcome to EduSkills OET Made Easy. If you are watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing to the channel, give us a thumbs up if you like our work, and share to your contacts so that we reach out to maximum number of OET aspirants, especially those who are financially struggling to crack OET. As you know, EduSkills is a free platform. Now, what point about patient safety is the writer making by quoting Dixon Woods in comparison with climate change? Point about patient safety in comparison with climate change. They are comparing hospitals, patient safety, and climate change. First option, the problem will worsen if it isn't dealt with soon. Tell me the hedging words. Second one, hedging word is who ought to be doing it. Exactly. Means who has to do it. First one says problem will worsen if you don't do it very soon, immediately, act promptly. Second one says we don't know who has to do it. It's not clear who has to act. Third one,
Hard to know.
hard to know what is the best course. They don't know what is the best course of action. Fourth one,
Many
many people refuse to
acknowledge
acknowledge the problem. Many people say there is no problem at all. Let's see what the paragraph says. Dixon Woods compares the issue of patient safety to that of climate change. Let's say a comparison between patient safety and climate change in the sense that it is a problem of many hands. This is the topic sentence. In the sense This is known as the topic sentence, main sentence. That it is a problem of many hands is the controlling idea. Controlling idea. So do you have any option? Problem of many hands. So many people are there. There is one patient,
Option B,
one
Father.
patient and 39 nurses around. But patient is almost dying.
Option B.
B, Father.
Option
Is
Ah.
it clear?
It is not clear
Clear.
who has to tackle the situation. The problem of many hands. Topic sentence itself says the controlling idea is the main idea that controls the paragraph says. Now, with many actors, many hands is explained, many actors, each making contribution towards the outcome. And there is difficulty in identifying where the responsibility for solving. Again, they are saying there is difficulty in identifying where the responsibility for solving the problem lies. Means who has to do it. It is not clear who ought to be tackling the situation, who has the responsibility of solving the situation, solving the problem. So it's repeatedly explains the second option. Do they say the problem will worsen if you don't act immediately? It is hard to know what the best course of action. They don't say what is the best course of action, what you have to do. Nothing is mentioned here. Only thing they are highlighting, we don't know who has to do it. There are so many people. Business of problem of many hands. Many people refuse to acknowledge they don't say anything about. You see, again, three options are not given and only one option is given. And it's also given in the topic sentence itself. The meaning is given. It isn't clear who ought to be tackling the situation. Like the climate change, it is a problem of many hands. The question itself says, in comparison with climate change, what is the point made about patient safety? Climate change is a problem of many hands. Means each one has to think of planting a tree, then only climate change can be brought in. It's the responsibility of everyone, so many people. Also here, it's patient safety is problem of many hands. Not only the doctors, not only the ward nurses or staff assistants or hospital staff, everybody is involved in the patient safety. The pharmacist, everyone. Okay, hope that is clear. So it is there in the topic sentence. Shall we go?
Yes.
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Yeah.
Father. Yes,
Now
Father.
again, text 13 speaks about topic sentence and controlling idea. The writer quotes Dixon Wood's reference to intensive care beds in order to, writer quotes Dixon Woods for what purpose? In order to, means for what does he quote Dixon Woods? Okay. Present an alternative viewpoint, another viewpoint. He quotes to present another viewpoint, alternative viewpoint, to illustrate a fundamental obstacle, viewpoint, here obstacle. Then third option, what is the edging word? Show the drawbacks of seemingly simple. Yeah.
Drawbacks.
No, show the drawbacks of seemingly simple solutions.
Only simple solution.
Yeah, main concept is solution, right? Here, main maybe in the first one is a viewpoint. That is the key word. The focus is viewpoint, obstacle, solutions. Give a detailed example of how to deal with an issue. Okay, example. Now, see viewpoint, obstacle, solutions example. Nowhere is this more apparent than the issue of alarm fatigue. According to Dixon Woods, the problem is alarm fatigue. Each bed in an intensive care unit typically generates 160 alarms per day, caused by machinery that is not integrated. You have to assemble all the kit around an intensive care bed manually, she explains. It doesn't come built as one like an aircraft cockpit. This is not something a hospital can solve alone. It needs to be solved at the sector level. Do they present a viewpoint or do they illustrate? Illustrate means established, explain, give examples, show the drawbacks of seemingly simple. Do they speak anything about the drawbacks of solutions?
No solution.
They are saying like we have to find a solution which is not possible. This is not something a hospital can solve alone. Solution is not yet happened, right? So you cannot speak about the drawbacks of solutions. Give a detailed example of how to deal with an issue. Do they give an example and say you have to deal with the issues like this? Example?
No.
No, Father.
No. No.
What are they speaking about?
Issue, Father, issue.
Issue.
Illustrate fundamental
The issue is the main word, key word here in the
obstacle.
topic sentence. Issue means a synonym anywhere.
Obstacle.
Obstacle.
Obstacle is the synonym. Solutions cannot be the synonym. Viewpoint cannot be the synonym. Example cannot be the synonym. Issue of alarm fatigue. What is that? A problem. Fundamental problem. According to Dixon Woods. Writer quotes Dixon Woods. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Yeah,
They are
Father.
explaining, illustrate a fundamental obstacle means illustrate this fundamental issue in the hospital. They are explaining the alarm fatigue issue. The next sentence explains. See, according to each bed in an intensive care unit typically generates 160 alarms per day caused by machinery that is not integrated. The issue, alarm fatigue issue, is explained. You have to assemble all the kit around an intensive care bed manually, she explains. Again, the fundamental obstacle is explained. It doesn't come built as in one like aircraft cockpit. It's not well assembled and kept ready like a aircraft cockpit. This is not something a hospital can solve alone. It needs to be solved at that sector level.
Father,
Yes, please.
can't it be the answer is a D?
D. Give a detailed example of how to deal with an issue. Do they give example? Or they explain?
Explain.
Are they giving an example about alarm fatigue? Do they give any example?
Yeah, can't it be the example?
Which one?
Alarm fatigue?
Alarm fatigue is the issue, the problem.
Yeah.
Issue of alarm fatigue. Issue of alarm fatigue means it is the problem, name of the problem. It's the name of the problem or obstacle or the issue. That cannot be the example. Example should be something else, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Father, thank you.
Now, the thing is like you will have to understand illustrate. Illustrate means what? Illustrate
Explain.
means establish.
More apparent.
Explain and establish. Explain and establish. Example is only an evidence given in the process of establishing. Whereas illustration means the whole process of argument. Example means one evidence for your argument. One proof. Do they tell you how to deal with this issue? How to do the things in alarm fatigue?
No, Father. Not given.
They are not saying how to deal with an issue. They are saying this is the issue. So many sounds, so many 160 alarms per day. And the nurses, we have to come and fix everything manually. They don't say how to deal with the issue. They are saying what we are doing. The real issue is this. They are explaining the issue. They did not give any solution. They said it cannot be solved by a hospital alone. They did not give any example.
Yes, Father.
Now, one who has asked me the doubt, I think you have a problem with understanding the proposition. Issue of alarm fatigue means an issue. The name of the issue or problem or obstacle. Cool.